Welcome back to our channel where we dive deep into the cinematic world and unearth the hidden treasures and the not-so-hidden lessons. Today, we're decoding the roller coaster ride that is Dumb Money, a tale of ambition, wit, and, well, the kind of financial decisions that'll have you screaming at the screen. So buckle up as we unravel the madness and the genius in this high-stakes financial drama. And hey, if you love dissecting movies and picking up some savvy financial tips along the way, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay updated with all our latest videos. Get ready for a wild ride through the world of finance as seen through the lens of Hollywood. This is Dumb Money explained like never before. Let's get started. The riveting adaptation of Dumb Money's true story builds to Keith facing off with the hedge funds at a congressional hearing. The majority of Dumb Money's ending is spent focusing on the events leading up to and preceding the congressional hearing that took place on February 18, 2021, to discuss GameStop with the House Committee on Financial Services. This included Keith practicing what he was going to say during the hearing, including his now famous "I like the stock" statement that had another major ripple effect on the price. There are a lot of moving pieces and characters involved in the story that only have a short amount of screen time to wrap up, though. Before Dumb Money delivers some on-screen text revealing what happened after, the decision for Keith Gill to not only hold his stocks, but buy even more proved to be the smart move. GameStop's stock price tripled a week after the congressional hearing, and Keith said he still liked the stock. It is not officially known if Keith Gill decided to sell his shares after this point, as he has not confirmed his current position. However, it is believed that he is still holding the stock with those diamond hands, as Reddit would say. Dumb Money notes that Keith Gill's current net worth is $34 million, but it could have been as much as $50 million when the price of GameStop's stocks was at the highest point. The specific congressional hearing shown in Dumb Money was the first of many in reality, but it still proved to be critical. Ken Griffin stated that Citadel and Robinhood had no communication about trading restrictions. Some internal communications from Robinhood showed on their end at least attempts to talk, as reported by Vice. Lawsuits against both companies revolving around collusion were ultimately dismissed by a judge in November 2021. The Committee on Financial Services eventually concluded in June 2022 that legislative and regulatory reform was needed to ensure GameStop's stock frenzy was not repeated, but no significant action has happened since. The Reddit group of retail investors that challenged significant hedge fund managers by forcing a short squeeze with one particular stock, GameStop, during the pandemic lockdowns, a popular group of self-described degenerates formed an allegiance against Melvin Capital, which was formerly a very powerful and influential asset management company that took an enormous short position on GameStop in 2020. These Redditors, who consisted of more than 10 million subscribers on Wall Street Vets, created a power squeeze that resulted in irreparable financial losses for Melvin Dumb Money, is set to give an accurate account of a true David Veers Goliath story, highlighting some of the key players that first noticed the potential for the short squeeze that left several early investors of GameStop extremely profitable. One of these investors is known by many names depending on the channel in which you are first introduced to him to his Reddit community. He's known as Udpath in Value, while his YouTube streamers know him better as Roaring Kitty. In reality, he's known as Keith Gill, a humble, charming, everyday family man who was largely the face of the entire movement that flipped Wall Street on its head between 2020 and 2021. Gill is portrayed by Paul Dano in Dumb Money, and from the trailer alone seems to personify everything from Gill's look, demeanor, intelligence, sense of humor, and real-life conditions. During the short squeeze, fans of the real-life Gill would describe him as extremely down-to-earth and likable, while also being incredibly knowledgeable and convincing in his financial analysis. Dano, who is a remarkably accomplished actor who has appeared in celebrated films such as The Batman, There Will Be Blood Prisoners, and Little Miss Sunshine, is an excellent choice to represent Gill and will do an authentic and captivating job based on his impressive cinematic track record. Dumb Money will focus primarily on the effects that Keith Gill and his band of Reddit degenerates had on executives of Melvin Capital, particularly CEO and founder Gabe Plotkin, who will be portrayed by Seth Rogen. Plotkin was considered an exceptionally successful hedge fund manager who accrued a net worth of approximately $400 million at the time of the GameStop short squeeze. Gill began posting updates of his investment in 2019 to our Wall Street Bets, which began with a sizable 53,000 stake from there. His YouTube content, along with several other prominent Redditors who did the due diligence, helped drive the common consensus that a GameStop short squeeze was inevitable. Gill grew up in suburban Massachusetts and attended Stonehill College, where he was a notable track and field athlete. He had worked for a locally based insurance company named Mass Mutual before the events of the GameStop short squeeze took place. Gill became a Robin Hood type of symbol to millions of casual retail investors who basically got into investing due to a number of factors involving the pandemic lockdowns, including unemployment, government stipends, and simple boredom. Gill's Roaring Kitty YouTube channel, which he stopped posting to in 2021, accumulated more than 550,000 followers while he was active on the site. Gill's initial 53,000 investment in GameStop was worth nearly $48 million in stock as of January 2021, but he ultimately decided to not sell at the peak in an effort to hold the line for Reddit investors who followed his trailblazing path. It is estimated that Gill's net worth is currently $30 million. But the exact number remains unknown because Gill went radio silent in April 2021, only a few months after he gave testimony in a hearing held by the U.S. House Financial Services Committee. It is widely contended by Reddit users that Gill only sold a small portion of his GameStop stock and still remains heavily invested. Although there is no confirmation of his financial status from Gill himself, Dumb Money is also based on the book The Anti-Social Network by Ben Mesrick, who wrote The Accidental Billionaires, which inspired the 2010 film The Social Network. Mesrick's book covers a number of real-life people who are adapted into Dumb Money characters outside the obvious Keith Gill, Paul Dano, and the aforementioned Gabe Plotkin, Seth Rogen, Ken Griffin, the billionaire founder and CEO of Citadel LLC, is also portrayed in Dumb Money by Nick Offerman. Citadel showed financial support for Melvin's short position during the height of the squeeze in January 2021. With a $2 billion investment, other Dumb Money characters that are based on real people include Keith Gill's wife, Caroline, who is portrayed by Shailene Woodley, and brother Kevin, played by Pete Davidson. Vincent D'Onofrio portrays hedge fund manager and owner of the New York Mets Setyev Cohen, and Sebastian Stan plays Vlad Tenev, the co-founder and CEO of the mobile trading app Robinhood, which was a primary vehicle for providing access for retail investors to join in on the GameStop frenzy. Gill signed off the our Wall Street Bets community in April 2021 and has been virtually silent since he is believed to still be living in suburban Massachusetts near Boston. With his wife Caroline and daughter, he ceased all contributions to his previously historic YouTube channel and has not posted under his iconic Reddit username since his final post. He could, however, be contributing under some other type of alias. But the our Wall Street Bets community has generally respected Gill's privacy. After making his final post, the most awarded Reddit post of all time, GameStop's stock price is currently at $18.55 per share, which is significantly more than it had been prior to the short squeeze before January 2021. GameStop's share price was relatively unmoving, shifting between lows around $0.90 to highs around $4 before skyrocketing to a peak of $86.88. Over the last 2.5 years, GameStop's stock has slowly tapered with a near 50% loss at the beginning of 2022. While GameStop's stock and business are likely still standing only due to Gill Reddit and the short squeeze depicted in Dumb Money. Robinhood's story ends in a tough spot with Dumb Money, and the outlook of the company and its leadership did not get much better afterward. Robinhood received a $57 million fine from the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, in June 2021. The company then went public on July 31, 2021, with a stock price of $38 per share, and it eventually rose to a high of $85 per share. The stock price has dipped substantially since then, as it trades for around $10 when Dumb Money releases. Robinhood has also experienced various layoffs, additional fines, and more controversies, but over 10 million people still use it monthly. The GameStop short squeeze and the role that IR Wall Street bets played in creating the meme stock did have a wider effect on Wall Street. GameStop was not the only short squeeze the retail investors helped trigger, as AMC and Bed Bath & Beyond were two of the other biggest examples. At the time that GameStop's short squeeze was happening, AMC was among the many other stocks that had been heavily shorted to see a substantial increase. The price rose as high as $230 per share in June 2021, but it has fallen back down to being priced nearly as low as before GameStop. Bed Bath & Beyond rose to $35 in January 2021, but now is worth less than $1 per share. The real meaning of dumb money is rather straightforward, as the movie is the ultimate David versus Goliath story in finance. The movie is all about showing the power of the people and how even the little guys can win when they work together. This takes a great amount of courage and belief to go against conventional wisdom, especially when the potential reward could outweigh the financial risks. Director Craig Gillespie and writers Lauren Shuker Bloom and Rebecca Angelo certainly hone in on these elements and highlight how broken America's financial system is through the movie, which helps make Dumb Money a crowd-pleasing event. And that wraps up our deep dive into the twists and turns of Dumb Money. I hope this explanation has shed some light on the intricate plot and the characters' wild ride through the high-stakes world of finance. For more content like this, check out some of our other videos popping up on your screen right now. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep investing in your movie knowledge.